Hello everyone, this is an FCI SBP-2 fire alarm control panel. These were produced throughout the 1980s and were designed for smaller facilities. The SBP-2 is a conventional panel with 2 initiating zones and 1 signal circuit. It also has a reverse polarity circuit and remote zone annunciation for each zone. The SBP-4 is nearly identical but has 4 initiating zones instead of 2. The SBP-2 and SBP-4 use solid-state components, with some customization available via jumper selection. For this demonstration system, we have an MS2 pole station, a PSD-7155 smoke detector, and a Wheelock 36T horn, not 34T. This is a 36T. The only difference with this horn is that it draws less current and theoretically is a bit quieter. The SBP-2 is a non-coded system, and activation is nearly instant. So here we go. Alarm is silenced. The alarm LED on zone 1 is lit. The trouble silence switch was also activated as silencing signals puts the panel in trouble. Now for the smoke detector. The detector was on zone 2, and its LED is lit. We set the pole, air out the smoke detector, so now we can reset the system. That activates all the LEDs. And now the system is back to normal. The SBP-2 and SBP-4 use the same rectangular sized cabinet. The main difference is on the circuit board. With the door closed, the alarm and trouble indicators for the zones can be seen, as well as general power and trouble indicators. Inside, at the bottom left is a transformer, and AC connects directly to it, the batteries, and then the main circuit board. With the door open, there are 3 operator switches available: trouble silence, alarm silence and reset, which are both momentary switches. There's also a signal circuit and ground fault trouble indicators. There's an LED here for a general power fault. There's a couple of fuses on the circuit board, one for batteries. These 2 are for external power and DC, AC fuse, and signal circuit fuse. A lot of modern fire alarm panels use fuseless technology, which can be hit or miss depending on the fire alarm panel in question. At least with fuses, these are easy to replace. There's various terminal blocks across the circuit board. On the top left, here's the signal circuit, alarm relay, TEL, this is the reverse polarity output, a system ground, and trouble relay. On the top right are the initiating zones. Each one has its own remote zone annunciator output, and for the SBP-4, zones 3 and 4 are on the bottom. There's also terminal blocks for battery backup, external power, and a remote zone annunciator positive. There's a few jumpers on the circuit board for system configuration. Jumper J13 can be removed to allow transmission of troubles on the reverse polarity circuit. Jumpers J1 and J4 can be removed to allow remote zone annunciation on zones 1 and 2 respectively. And jumper J2 can be added to make the zones water flow zones. On the inside door, there's a basic wiring diagram and some notes regarding system configuration, wiring, and power guidelines. And that's it for the FCI SBP-2. The SBP series are one of the lesser known panels made by FCI. These were presumably discontinued sometime in the 1990s, but may have lasted out a bit longer like the FC-72. If you happen to acquire an SBP series panel, these are great, albeit rare, fire alarm control panels. Many small conventional fire alarm systems from this time period are simple and reliable. Despite the simplicity, they are sturdy and less prone to failure than modern fire alarm panels of similar size and scope. The SBP series has 1 signal circuit, but its output is filtered, which is uncommon amongst conventional fire alarm panels of this size. Therefore, this is a great panel for anyone who wants to run mechanical horns, which normally sound raspy and rough on full-wave rectified power. In any case, if you have any questions or comments on the SBP-2, feel free to post them below. But until next time, have a nice day.